Hey everybody. Uh, Hope everybody's having a good start to their week. Sorry I haven't been doing any videos. I've just been having a rough time. So those of you who pray, I'd appreciate your prayers. This is those little plants y'all saw over there just, 2 or 3 weeks ago? That's the halcinators. And that is about as tall as they'll get. They've actually already started flowering. But they'll put on a lot of fruit now. And what I've got there as stakes will not support all the fruit that they'll put on. So I'm going to have to do something different. I just don't know what that something is right now. I'll probably put up some more of that rebar and do a Florida weave on these and these. These indeterminates over here that were just little plants short time ago. My son said they won't grow over there because they don't get any sun. Well, I knew that the sun would be here in this area. It would be shining in this area before May, and it is. They get morning sun and afternoon sun. Dappled in the afternoon, but since they're indeterminates and they hate our heat and humidity in the south, I just assumed they got dappled. We're not going to have monster onions. I've already figured that one out. They're decent size, so some of them are, and some of them are coming off later, I hope, and they're going to be bigger than what they look now. They've got enough leaves to be a bigger onion. We'll just have to wait and see. And I fertilized my garlic, and undoubtedly they didn't like it too much because they went kind of yellow looking, and even some of them looked like it was trying to die. But hopefully they'll come out of it. I've never grown hardneck garlic, so this is my first time trying. We'll see. The elephant garlic in these beds here are doing great. I've already picked and used some of the escapes on them. Some of the escapes on them. And look at the peas that are filling out here. That it won't be long before I can harvest a good cooking for just me and Danny, just the two of us. There'll be plenty. And that vine over there has got quite a few on it. Plus that vine that's hanging off on the other side that I never trellised, it's got some on it too. These onions here are still looking good. The tops are not dying on them, and I just gave them a drink, so we're hoping, I'm hoping, that they're just going to continue to grow and get bigger. Red onions don't keep nearly as long as white onions, especially short day onions. Oh, I can see the roots on that onion there. That's not good, is it? I wonder if I'm washing them up when I'm watering them. Hope not. I'm just going to give y'all a quick view of the garden. If those potatoes over there make it as good at the bottom as they are at the top, we'll be in high cotton, won't we? We'll have potatoes all winter. Something very unusual here. I don't know if it's the difference in the soil. These tomatoes here were planted right behind these tomatoes here within several days of these tomatoes. And they're healthy, vibrant green, but they're not growing very fast. And I'm wondering, did I even fertilize this bed? I don't remember when I put them in. I really don't. So just to be on the safe side, this morning I gave them some Agri-Thrive organic fertilizer, and I planted these cucumbers here that I'm going to put up a trellis for, but I'm sure they're too thick. Yeah, I know they're too thick. Now it has a nice little root on it. I wonder if I could put it somewhere else, and it don't have a great root on it. Maybe if I'd have gave it a few more days, It might have would have survived. What do y'all think? And I've been picking strawberries like crazy. I have to look for them, but they're there. Oh, I see one I missed over there. Look at that. Shining bright red. How did I miss that strawberry? Peppers are doing great here. I gave them some Agri-Thrive this morning too. I think I did. And this celery. Celery. I'm losing it, y'all. No, I'm not. The Lord rebuke you, devil. I'm not losing it. Oh, this lettuce here is going to go to seed if I don't pick it and use it. So it's going to get cooked in this heat. We're in the almost close to 90 degrees right now. We're right at 90 degrees. And as y'all know, lettuce hates hot temperatures. I've got plenty of lettuce seed, so I'm not worried about saving any of it. And I don't know why I even bothered with this here, knowing that we're fixing to have hot weather. It turns, well, we had actually a cooler than normal spring this year, but not cool enough for that lettuce to keep on thriving. So we're going to have a salad for supper. And I can see I got some blossoms there on my peppers. And I hear people say, cut out the tops of your peppers and they'll bush out and make more. Well, you know, you can only use so many peppers. And so I don't see the need in that. I'm just going to let them grow their natural way. And I'm getting one of those electric chainsaws. I hate to do it, but I'm going to take out most of that tree there. And then I'm going to start spraying it like crazy with liquid copper and see if I can save it. I hate to lose it. Two of my grafts took so beautifully. I hate to lose it. It may not ever give me an apple. Oh, by the way, I've got two tiny little apples on my Granny Smith. They don't require a pollinator. That's probably what I should have planted in both these spaces instead of what I planted. But this is supposed to be one for the south. I was told to get a shell apple, that it's adapted to this area. It was, I think, the cultivar came from Jacksonville. I believe they said somewhere around Jacksonville, Florida, the man that came up with it. And I can't tell you his name. I did know his name. I had an extra little tomato plant, and I didn't want to see it die, so I just stuck it right here beside that apple tree. Stuck a piece of bamboo there to keep it upright. And I finally realized that it was, alive, so I gave it some Agri-Thrive. Oh, I wanted to show you something. I wasn't going to make this a long video. You see all these leaves and straw and stuff I've got around these plants? Well, it was all set over there and sprayed every now and then with water through the winter, and it built up a lot of mycelium in it. Having known that the chickens had destroyed most of the microbes and everything out here by digging up the soil continuously, getting grubs and worms and whatever bugs they could find, I thought it'd be a good idea to replace some of the mycelium by putting that in here, and it has really done well. If my tomatoes look weird to you, it's because I just put they're growing so fast they outgrew the ties I had on them, so I just put a tie up around the top of them, and they'll grow out of it over the next couple of days. Oh, they grow fast. And plus that, with the mycelium in this, it gives back to the soil. And not only does it give back to the soil, it helps keep the soil from drying out. And it's so hard to grow a good indeterminate, in this part of the country because of the heat and humidity. You're very fortunate, very blessed if you get a couple of good tomatoes off from it before the heat and humidity takes it out. Gives it those horrible diseases that tomato plants get. Well, that's all I've got for you today. Oh, we got beautiful plums, turning red, but the reason they're turning red, they got worms in them. We didn't spray any kind of spray. I know what to look for now with the when the plums are forming on the plum tree, and I have a organic spray for that. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't get these. Yes, I do know, because the bottoms are still white. They're not completely ripe, so I'm just going to leave them for till tomorrow probably. The birds don't get them before I do, which happens quite often. And we're growing potatoes over here, not intentionally. They just happen to have been left in the soil. And some of these onions looks like they're going to be pretty good size, and some of them not so much. Yeah, nothing to brag about there. And the tops are already dying off on these. I could go ahead and pull these out, dry them, and use this bed for something else. Why don't I do that? Top's still looking pretty good on these here. And this buckets. Make sure you still got some moisture down in there. Oh, you do. This is some kind of flowers I planted, or herb I planted. And now I don't remember what it is. Well, I hope you are all having a good start to your week. And be mindful of what's going on around you. There's so much stuff going on in this world. It's crazy time we live in. God bless.